Hello and welcome to That Guy's a Maniac, the podcast. My name is Richie. With me as always is Farley. Say hello, governor.
Hi.
Alright, cool. That's the intro. You also need to do things about socials. Say things about socials.
Weirdly, you were more competent when you did it in a funny accent than when you do it in your normal accent.
It was solid and fast. I wanted to get through it quickly.
Yeah, so we're a video game podcast and website. You can find us at www.thatguys.co.uk. You can also find us at That Guy's a Maniac, all one word, lowercase, on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn.
I don't think we've got a LinkedIn profile.
It's no wonder we don't get any job calls.
Yeah, it's no wonder the office toppled.
Yeah, and YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
Cool. And our season 3 segment is talking about quotes from video games. Have you got a quote from me?
Yeah, I do. Next time, can we just not introduce the fact that this is a season 3 thing?
Okay, like last time you said don't hang a lamp on it being a new thing.
Yeah.
Now you don't want me to hang a lamp on it being a season 3 thing. So that's fine. That's fine.
No lamps.
So how should I introduce it? Let's just rewind very quickly.
Okay. So do the socials, and then we'll just go into it. Right. Go, hey Richie, I've got a video game quote for you.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thanks. Give me the video game quote. Bring it.
Okay. I think you'll either get it straight away or you won't get it at all. The closer you get to the light, the greater your shadow becomes.
Kingdom Hearts.
Hey.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm happy I got that one because the last two that you gave me were complete bitch. Continuity there for all of the.
Yeah. Well, never mind.
Yeah.
I just have to make sure that all the other ones are hard, so that the two before are always ones that you didn't get.
No.
So this quote was perfect for. It was when AMVs and GMVs were all the rage, like game music videos and anime music videos.
Yeah.
And so I remember just looking at when it came out. It's like probably wasn't appropriate age to have done this. So Kingdom Hearts came out in 2002. I was probably playing it the year afterwards. And yeah, I was really struck by this like super emo quote. And so I even made, if I remember, which I won't because we never remember this stuff, I even made like so cringy, some horrible like image on Photoshop. Using all the visual effects and the lenses and inverting it, and then spelling out this quote in like edgy, crazy. Each letter was a different font. Yeah, but looking back, it's like I was 20 when I did that. Yeah,
cringe.
Yeah, no, it's not like it's like if you're 13. But yeah, I just loved it. I loved all these. AMVs, like everything was either Evanescence, right?
Yeah.
And then it was the early days of game capturing. So you jump from some really shitty edits of like the Soul Blade intro, and then it would just be interspersed with a lot of Final Fantasy X. Do you remember when there were so many game music videos about Final Fantasy X?
Yeah, to be honest, what I remember most from that time was anime music videos, and it was always Dragon Ball to Linkin Park.
Yeah, Linkin Park was like 70% of them, and then the other 28% was Evanescence, and then there's the normal ones. But what's really, I had a nostalgia day the other day, and I was trying to find some of the ones that I really, really liked. And I did thankfully, this was back in the day where you could download videos without having to sign your life away on some contract. So I've got to upgrade to YouTube Pro to use features that you took away, so that you have to pay for them. And one of my favorite ones is a really straightforward one. It's Pokemon the first movie, but set to like the disco version of Duel of the Fates.
Yeah, brilliant.
And it's so good. So when it opens with like ba-da-da, and it's the Nintendo logo from the GameCube.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's so good. So I'm really happy I downloaded those because a lot of those no longer exist anymore.
Yeah, no, they can't exist. They've got too much intellectual property.
Yeah, because all those GMVers and AMVers make too much money. Sadly, no one makes them anymore. Well, no, that's not true. Did I say?
I'm sure they exist, but behind some Patreon wall or something like that.
No, do you remember I got really obsessed with people who recut like the Avengers trailers using Super Smash Brothers footage?
No, but I believe it.
Oh, so good. So I've got a YouTube playlist where if I'm feeling a bit down, I go back and look at them. So yeah, they give me shivers. Brilliant.
Cool. Good.
Okay, well done.
Yes.
What we here for today?
Oh right, okay. So this week, shall I go back into that weird American accent?
Yeah.
Okay. This week, That Guy's a Maniac is going to talk to you about the moon.
The moon. And why are we talking about the moon?
Because we have run out of ideas.
Exactly. Because we've
Scraping the bottle.
Run out of ideas. We're having a brainstorming session. Looked out the window. It was nighttime at the moon. And then somehow that ended up on our amazing list of ideas.
Yep. So we're going to talk about the best moments of the moon.
No.
Endgame. No. We're going to talk about moments where
yes,
the moon is in games.
Yeah. Not the best, not the oldest, not the biggest. Just moments we can remember.
Yeah. that relate to other 40-year-old gamers.
Yeah. Which have the moon tangentially. Right. Do you know who doesn't get enough traction?
Who?
The daytime moon. I was thinking about this the other day whilst I was trying to remember.
I like the fact that it's a person in your mind. Who?
Well, yeah, everything's personified. Everything's potential.
Anthropomorphized.
Everything's content. Yeah. Because it's there, like in the day sky as much as it is in the night sky.
Yep.
But just has no resonance, right? There's no daytime werewolves. There's no, romance associated with the moon. There's no with the day moon. There's no.
That's true.
There's no wanderlust related to the day moon, and it's just there. This huge body or our satellite that just sits there.
Yeah, but maybe it could be explained away in that there is also the sun, which is a bit bigger and is doing a better job.
Yeah, but still, it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't pay enough heed. It just has this association with nighttime for obvious reasons, right? Because that's when you can see it clearer.
It's more visible, yeah.
Yeah, and you have all the phases. But I would like to see more love for the day moon, everybody. So next time you're out there and the skies are blue and clear, just have a peek up at day moon. See if you can find day moon and give it a wink.
A wink. How you doing, Damon?
Damon. Yeah, there must be some fiction out there about day werewolves.
I feel like there's been something in a film recently where they were talking about the day moon being full. Something I was watching, and it was like the planets aligned. The moon was updated. What have I been playing? What have I been watching recently?
Playing that shark game.
Yeah, no, I don't think the shark game is it.
No, sounds a bit too...
Incidentally, I bought the DLC for it.
Hey!
I paid money on that game. But yeah. No, okay, this is not an interesting thing.
Also, why don't werewolves just transform on the whole day when there's a full moon?
Because werewolves don't exist.
But what are the rules in fiction?
I don't know. Like the rules in fiction seem to only really talk about nighttime moon, full moons as well specifically. I guess maybe like the sun cancels it out, much like what I was saying earlier. You know, like day moon doesn't get any love because, you know, the sun's there doing a better job.
Yeah. Maybe there's something about the specifics of the moon which mean you never see a full moon in the day. I don't know.
Nah, I'm sure
I'm at the edge of my knowledge
Yeah.
when it comes to day moon because we'd never get taught about it at school.
Cool.
That's what I'm going to make that my campaign for my political campaign.
Okay.
I'm going to do a one-issue party, which is to get the day moon on the school curriculum.
And also confirm the mechanics of it within werewolf fiction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fiction authors get in touch. And if you've written anything about day werewolves, maybe that's it. No, that's not it.
Daywolves?
Yeah. I mean, wolves are just wolves all the time, right?
Yeah.
And you do see werewolves and wolves around together. So yeah, there we go. That's all I've got for moon anecdotes. You got any? Oh no! Also, I own an acre of the moon. Own inverted commas.
Oh right, the whole thing trend where people were giving that out.
Yeah,
Did you get it as a gift?
These companies, I did because I think it was a supermarket was selling it, and one of my family members worked at the supermarket, and so for Christmas they get a huge discount. It's like, hey, I got an acre of the moon.
Yeah, I don't think anyone ever buys that for themselves.
Yeah, I don't think so, and I don't think it had something because I think you.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okay. You don't own the mineral rights or something? So you literally just own the surface of the moon.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's special.
So I've got an acre. How much is an acre in real money?
What is real money?
It's 4,046 square meters.
That's quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, I have, 400 by 1 meter long strip.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. 40 by 100. Okay, that's decent.
Yeah, better than you thought.
Yeah.
Except it is just moon stuff, yeah. It was like this other thing where there's like rescue a turtle or rescue a goat or something like that, or sponsor a goat for a family in Africa or something like that.
Yeah.
And like people were giving these away as gifts constantly. Nobody ever bought it for themselves. It's weird how it sort of hits that mark of nobody will buy it for themselves, but it's an ideal gift.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Although I suspect the goats for Africa was actually real. Maybe you know this about me. I got chugged when we were younger. There seemed to be a lot of chuggers out, and so I got chugged by Save the Children, and to this day I'm still saving the children.
Yeah. Well done, you.
A moment of weakness. Yeah, because once they get you, I'm not going to cancel my direct debit. Actually, I don't want to save the children. So yeah, I've been saving the children. I mean, not huge amounts, right? I signed up as a student. It's like, but
you are a better man than me.
It's adding up though. We do the maths, and they write me little letters. They don't write me little letters. We all get the same leaflet about how Mahmoud is doing and all that.
Yeah, like I definitely have cancelled charity subscriptions for other people as well, like because they couldn't do it. Like, all right, you can't do that. I'll do it. Get it done.
Harsh.
I know. Yeah. I am harsh.
Yeah.
But also I'm a complete arsehole. Like my girlfriend, she genuinely will ask me to go to the door when there's Jehovah's Witnesses or any kind of charity sort of turning up. Because I will quite happily be the person to say, no, I'm not interested. No, not interested. No, stop talking. No, bye. Whereas other people, I don't know, who have hearts will perhaps listen.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I get a lot of cold calls these days. I don't understand how it works.
You don't understand how cold calls work.
Yeah. The ones, especially the ones that phone you up and then ring off instantly.
Yeah. Like, I think in
Are they just checking it's a living number?
Yes. And then putting your number on a list. So in general, the rule is, if you don't know what that number is, don't answer it. If they care, they'll leave a message or phone back.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't listen to my messages, and I also don't have very few people.
Seriously, just change that habit of
listen
to your messages occasionally.
People's names actually associated with the numbers.
Right, okay.
Even with my mum, I have to go through, like 7 years worth of text messages to find a message from her. Oh yeah, that's her, and then give her a ring from that.
Wow. Then I would say, rather than sorting out all of your Pokemon, it's a more worthy thing to perhaps get some names to numbers.
No.
Eliminate cold calling from your life.
And then a while ago, I pressed the wrong button. When phones did that scuzzy thing of when you put in your SIM card, it used to be like, hey, do you want us to import all your contacts from everything? And it was optional. And then, like last 4 or 5 generations of phones, it wasn't optional. Like you had to log in with one of your accounts, and then people I haven't spoken to for 15 years whose email address I had. I got their contact details. Perfect.
Yeah, like it's my WhatsApp is full of people I used to work with, or even LinkedIn contacts.
Wow.
Like how, why, where, how did this happen? And I know exactly how it happened, and it is really, really shit because I used to have the Windows phone.
Yeah.
So basically, it synced all of my Outlook contacts, which were all of my job searching shenanigans, and merged it in with my Google Mail. So now I have this massive list. And the weird thing is, because it's WhatsApp, I've got all these profile pictures of how these people are doing. And like,
that's your own.
You're the guy that left my first job I ever worked at, and I remember talking to you for a week.
Yeah, your only window into their life is that little circular image.
Oh, and for some reason, every Facebook contact, and I've got like hundreds.
Yeah,
I know. I
keep thinking, when you're bored, you've got nothing to do, and all you've got is your phone, and you've got just clear out your contacts.
No. You're much better off just opening Instagram and liking something instead.
Anyway, the moon.
Yeah, of course. Tangent. Right. Okay, moon. So this is a very, very loose, vague, kind of overarching title for something. So this can be whatever we want to make it. And I want to talk about a couple of things.
Okay.
Where the moon features.
Great.
I'm going to just start off, and it's probably a rubbish one, but we can talk around it. In GTA Vice City, when you shoot the moon with a sniper rifle, it gets bigger.
It does, yeah. Oh man, I hope. Okay.
I have nothing more about this.
Yeah, great.
But in general, a lot of games, especially sandbox games, when they have that nighttime vibe, they will have some kind of phase of the moon or moon-related shenanigans. So I guess this is just a sort of a nod to whatever programmer out there decided to put the moon in these games and make it as real as possible. Stuff like, the Arceus one, where where you're having to evolve Luna.
Ursa
Luna, thank you. I was wrong as soon as I hit it. So you've got to wait until it's a specific phase so that it can actually evolve during that. And I think that's quite cool. The time that's taken for us to see that. And you've got to do it in real time. You've got to do it every 28 days or whatever. It can only be on 28 days or whatever. Every 28 days.
Yeah.
So you have to do bullshit moving forward. But there's loads of stuff like that in loads of different games. And there's so many nighttime vibes of Las Vegas and, your Saints Rows or your GTAs where you've got the moon in the background, just adding that extra bit of atmosphere, especially GTA.
Do you prefer daytime in games or nighttime in games?
Probably daytime in games, especially with this light at the moment. It's so bright at the moment that anytime you're in a dark place, you're just like squinting at your monitor,
Yeah. No.
Can't see a thing.
Yeah. I was playing a game recently, which is dark, and I know there's a general complaint about why are games and films actually, why is everything so dark? What's this trend towards let's make things dark? And in horror games I always have to move it up. Well, they say they give you 3 images. It's like reduce the brightness of your television until the one on the left is barely visible or something. So you do that, unplayable. Even if you're in a dark room with the curtains drawn, it's just unplayable. And you'll be walking around a dark corner and you just getting lost. And
and you just straight up you just say whatever they say. Right? Okay, now I'm gonna make it brighter. And I wonder if they actually, compensate for that.
Maybe, but don't give us the slide your thingy until you can't see this. If that's just too dark.
Yeah,
I agree. Daytime games for sure, or give us a way to quickly change the day. So that with the Luna thing in Legends Arceus, it's cool when I don't know how. When do these things evolve? Trying to work out the mechanics of it, and then with that one, it's so niche because nothing else ever refers to the moon and its changing phases.
Yeah.
But then if you want to just level stuff up, it involves just going to your tent and going to sleep. Try and give it the peat, doesn't work. Go to sleep, try and give it the peat, doesn't work. Go to sleep, try and give it the peat, doesn't work. It's not nice idea. But one of those ones where, or one of those mechanisms, it's like, are we just gonna never see this again? Because quite a few,
definitely
of those fiddly evolutions. Like, just use an ice stone or just use a sunstone.
Yeah.
So I had that playing Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl recently, which is the generation which introduced all those wanky methods of evolving Pokemon. Like loads of hold items, some of the weird babies, I think, are Gen 4. Having Pokemon knowing certain moves. So there's loads that had to learn Ancient Power before they evolve. Those like extra third stage evolutions.
They're just gone. They just evolve.
Yeah.
It's like Pokemon Go just gave up on all of the trade evolutions as well.
Yeah, which is useful. And I am, as mentioned before, I'm running a lot of those Pokemon through Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm not fucking trading this Haunter to evolve it. Just stick it in Legends Arceus, shove a GBA cable down its mouth, and then bring it back.
Yep.
Yeah. Great. Oh, my turn.
Yep, your turn.
So when I was thinking about the moon, there's one game that instantly came to mind, and I'm happy because we checked, and there are at least, like 3 Kotaku type website articles about moons in games around the 50th anniversary of Apollo. Yeah. And they're all just shit. They're just shit. Shit lists. It's the worst kind of video games journalism. I know we're doing an audio version of it and with even less depth, but It's just like, oh, that Gran Turismo level game where you could drive around on the moon, and here's this game where there's a moon, and Final Fantasy VI, you go to the moon. But the one that instantly came to mind for me was Syndicate Wars on the PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
And it's a really strong memory because we were different to the PC version, obviously. And one of the few games that really made the most of the multi-tap. So me and my brother and my mum and my friend played the whole game together. And it's a really, really good 4-player game. Because, you know, you actually get your money and you unlock new gear. So it's kind of like a mini RPG. And the last level of I think if you're playing as Eurocorp, you go up this space elevator to the moon. And then the last level is set on the moon. And it is solid. So I remember we tried to do it a number of different times. You've got various objectives. And I think at the end you have to like book it back to the space elevator before the moon or the base blows up. I don't know. So we'd been playing it, and we'd come up with our strategies, and we'd optimized our different loadouts. But I don't know if you remember in Syndicate Wars one of the early body upgrades is you could press all four, or on the PlayStation, you could press all 4 space buttons and self-destruct.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is one of the best things, because, you know, that sometimes we just spend hours like doing it out of frustration, or you know,
each other,
running into a huge crowd, or, you know, let's see how many skyscrapers we can level by all self-destruct at the same time. But when we were playing this moon level, it became a genuine part of the strategy, because I just remember you'd run away from these. I can't remember the name of the evil guys, but they had these like robots which fired lasers, but every time the laser hit you'd kind of slow down. So the 4 of us would be running, shooting left, right, and center, and dropping mines or whatever. And then if you got too pinned down by the lasers, you'd start to slow down, and then you'd kind of self-destruct. And the first time we completed it, it was the 4 of us, and then 3 of people got picked off one by one as they fell behind, and then self-destructed to kind of take out some of these spiders and some of the bad guys. And then my brother or something got into some trouble, and then before he died, he self-destructed, and then my friend, it's me and my friend running to the space elevator, and then he gets into trouble when he self-destructs, and then it was kind of me who got out, and it was just such an epic way to end that game by taking the bad guys out, by sacrificing yourself with this this amazing self, and the way it looked, just huge like blast of light, and then like a mushroom. In my memory, it's like a mushroom cloud effect that would take everything out. So yeah, that's my fond memories of beating Syndicate Wars for the first time on the moon, and the levels on the moon,
on the moon,
on the moon, and it has stupid space elevators, which I really hate. There's a lot of sci-fi which has space elevators. It's just basically a big elevator that connects one planetary body to another. Yeah. And I don't understand how they'd work, and it seems unrealistic to me. But it's such
it would have to mean that everything was moving in perfect sync in space.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't work, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
Like the elevator to the moon. It's been done in so many sci-fi things as well.
It has, but also it take really fucking long. Even if it's moving fast, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so there we go. That's my first moon game, sneaking in some hate for planetary elevators and lunar elevators.
Yeah, fucking lunar elevators, man.
I know.
Just don't know where you are with them. They don't even know who they are.
No, and how does it work? How does it work when the gravity has really long cable or something?
Yeah. Yeah, it would have to be essentially that. A winch.
A winch. There's a guy at the top. Guy at the moon just...
yeah. Just straight
winching.
Up. Yeah. Winching.
Straight up winching. There you go. How about you?
Right, okay, so another game
Yeah.
which has the moon. It's a rather unexpected one. And I don't know if you've played it or not.
Yeah.
Have you played Super Mario Land 2 and the 6 golden coins?
I think so, yeah. Was it on the GBA?
GBA, no, GB.
GB, yes. I
Yeah.
did,
And that's the one with the bunny ears.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was a secret. Well, no, it wasn't a secret. It was a whole level. And it was just 2 levels. Or have you got the music going?
No, it was just some random. My phone just decided to play an ad.
Oh, right. Wow. Crazy. Lies. The Mario Land 2, basically, it's just 2 levels. And there's just like a picture of a crescent moon, and it's got a face in it.
Mm-hmm. Of course, it's Mario.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and that being said, a little nod to Super Mario World. A 3-up as opposed to a 1-up is a moon. And of course, Mario Odyssey, you collect moons as well.
Yeah, and Mario Galaxy, you're all over moons.
Yeah.
All about the moons.
Yeah.
You played that yet?
I started it.
Yeah,
I did the Bumblebee thing and I hated it.
Yeah, that's such a bad opinion.
It's a bad opinion. I love it. It's such a bad opinion.
It's such a bad opinion.
That is
Inarguable.
Yeah.
Mind you, I have the same Ocarina of Time. Oh, right, your best game ever, is it? Yeah, I just can't get past the fact that he's just like a little annoying boy.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. Like, I was playing Mario Galaxy and I was thinking, right, okay, I'll give it a go. Then I had to do a boss bee where I was crawling about on her as a bumblebee.
Yeah.
And I mean, we went over this before. The only difficult thing in Mario games in general is the camera angle. And you have to fight with the camera angle. And the bumblebee thing was a weird thing where you're having to suddenly navigate in 3D, which I get is a big part of that game. But also the camera angles really, really vexed you. And basically, depending on the angle, you'll just die because you don't know to change the angle. And that bothers me a little bit. But yeah, anyway, breathe back. Super Mario Land 2.
Yeah.
6 golden coins. There is a level, and yeah, it's all set in the moon. It's really, really hard. It's one of those Mario ones that everyone hates, where the screen moves and you have to keep up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the scrolling screen level.
Yeah, and it has some awful pitfalls in it as well, like literal pitfalls where you're like floating on spikes, and you are floating. You've got this permanent sort of quarter gravity float going on, and you have to land on each one of these little I don't know what you call them, blocks. Yeah, blocks.
Yeah.
And if you miss one, you're going to get crushed by the screen, or you're just going to fall straight through. So it's like, oh, right. And they do this. This is the horrible thing about it. It's like the little caverns that you can fall into that don't allow you to like die by falling at the screen.
Mm-hmm.
You actually can't jump out of.
So you just have to bounce until the screen kills you.
Kills you, yeah.
Oh, that's yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, somebody chose not to just let you die.
Yeah.
You know, by falling off the screen. You're now going to have to wait and die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody chose violence. I'm looking up screenshots. He has a little space bubble hat.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got there.
It's a really hard game. And it's also got evil stars, which I think is the only place that actually exists in the Mario canon.
Also has those creepy... bring back memories. Those creepy, like, serial killer masks with a knife in their head as an enemy.
Oh, yeah. Like little Jason masks.
Yeah, basically, like little Goomba Jasons.
Yeah.
Fucked up game.
I mean, it really was. And, like, because that was also like the first appearance of Wario as well.
Yeah.
He was the final boss character, and his final castle, which I don't know if you played, basically had his floating heads bouncing around.
Okay. Of course.
And like, I mean,
Before his tennis playing games.
yeah.
Do you reckon Mario's, they're waiting in the tunnel to go out to play, I don't know, football or golf or tennis together. And Mario's like, do you remember that time you had a evil base and it was just your head floating around?
Yeah.
What was that about? Where did that come from? What inspires a man to bounce his heads around as a... Yeah.
I don't know. Do you reckon they have civilized conversations?
It's such a boring cliche thing to say. The people are like, "Oh, I'd really like a Marvel comic, which is just Spider-Man and Wolverine sitting in a bar and chatting to each other." But I genuinely would like a visual novel, set in the Mushroom Kingdom when they weren't at odds with each other or playing sports again. Just to have these rational conversations. Do you remember the time when, or I don't know, Peach and Daisy? What do Peach and Daisy say to each other?
Daisy,
Daisy, sweet. It's like... Yeah, no, I'd quite like it sounds like a really wanky art project, right? Like a radio play. And it takes you a while to listen, when listening to it. Are these all the... Oh my god, these are all the Mario characters. Yeah. Probably exists. Probably 17 versions. Probably a high school in America that did a serious Mario play for some prom thing.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, I get it, but I genuinely don't think that they hang out very much, and that's probably why they're at odds constantly. I feel like Mario is probably quite standoffish,
I think he has to be that way, otherwise, if he... Or it would stop him.
Yo,
Hello?
pumpkaboo.
Oh no. I think Mario has to be standoffish because he just has to stomp on everybody's heads. So if he formed any kind of emotional connection with the people he hangs out with to kart race and play golf and play tennis or whatever, he'd hesitate in those final moments where he's jumping under Bowser to lower a drawbridge or jumping on Wario's head or whatever. So he keeps himself distant. He's not a very complex character, right? Just this very good aligned. And that's all there is to him. Yeah,
well, they touched on... that is... I mean, what was it? Neutral good, or what is it?
Lawful good.
Good.
He's just lawful good. And so if these villains weren't constantly coming up with these schemes to kidnap Peach or turn everyone into whatever, I think he'd be really sad because he'd have nothing to drive him, right? It's lawful good.
Yeah.
Because that's all
it would be nothing to be the hero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's defined by his antagonism.
By his enemies. Yeah. I suppose it's not really that much of a spoiler, but Mario Odyssey, which is a good game and you should play.
That's my galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. They kind of touch on that a little bit towards the end of the game.
Oh, do tell me.
So the final...
Can't talk about Mario again. Go on. Every time talk about Mario, go on for age. Yeah, go on.
The final sort of end boss character, which is not the final by any means, because you know what Mario games are like.
Yeah,
but
it's like the credits boss, and then there's 17 more worlds and infinite more. Yeah.
So classic Mario, Bowser is going to marry Peach. So there's a great big wedding about to happen.
Yeah.
Mario turns up, and he's got this hat, which obviously turns into a top hat and gives him the tux and everything.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is driving towards Mario's going to save Peach by, I don't know, marrying her instead. Which just feels very contrived. And the best part is, Peach just says, I'm not marrying either of you. And then sort of Mario and Bowser are just kind of like, oh shit, we've both been rejected.
Yeah.
And then there's a kind of a collab thing where Mario actually takes over Bowser's head with the hat sort of thing, and yeah, it was an interesting nod, and it was just kind of like, yeah, this has to happen. There has to be an end to an evil villain trying to marry the, damsel in distress, and then the hero automatically thinking he can marry her instead.
Yeah.
Have
you finished Odyssey, like all of it?
Oh no! I am I perfected the throw hat jump.
Yeah.
Which is ultimately unlocks the ability for you to get the final coins and stuff like that, and it is basically about learning how to do that. Okay. And I think still by muscle memory I can do it.
Because maybe that's the secret ending, is that Mario and Bowser get married.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been a lot of tension between those two.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Just fucking get over with it, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, just stop trying to take over the world, forcing Mario to.
They even had the ability to do it with the whole Bowser shenanigans as well.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose. Actually,
maybe
that's a binary construct I've just fallen into there.
It is. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Love doesn't need to be defined by male and female, Barley.
No, it doesn't. I know.
No. Nor fucking.
Yeah. Did you see the new Mario football game that came out?
Mario Strikers.
Yeah, I've always been tempted. Yeah, I always wanted to pick up the first one.
I played the first one for a while on the Wii. And I was basically with a friend and with a copious amount of weed. And it was fine.
Yeah, that's what yeah, that's what I always thought. It had all the Square Enix characters in it, right? Was that one, or was that the weird sports mix one?
It did not have any Square Enix characters in it, no.
So you could unlock like the Black Mage and Super Mario Strikers Final Fantasy.
Really?
No, maybe it was that weird sports mix one. Final Fantasy. I had Moogle Mage, Black Mage. Yeah, Mario Sports Mix. Sorry.
Okay,
fine. Anyway, so I always wanted it on the Wii, but it was always, as Mario games I wanted to do, super expensive. And it looked quite, it looked fun, but it looked quite shallow. And it would be me playing on my own. It wasn't be playing.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I think it's like, oh god, it's like it's, it's a couch co-op game. I'm sure the online viability of this new one is probably a lot better, so you wouldn't need to worry too much about being sad and alone. But it's also, I feel like it's just one of those, it's an investment game. Much in the same way as like Mario Kart, you've got to get good at it before you can play it online, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But do you feel you would have enough investment into Mario Strikers to want to get good?
No, and I think the other day, I don't know why, I watched all the players like special strike moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really cool. You should watch them. You should watch them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good. I can't remember whose is the best. Maybe Rosalina's is the best. Anyway, why was I talking about this?
Oh gosh, I can't remember. You like Mario Strikers?
I like Mario Strikers.
Yeah, you briefly brought it up because we were talking about relationships. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen. It's come under criticism because Peach's moves are all heartsy and lovesy. So her special super move is hearts come out the ball and people fall in love with her.
That's her shtick. That's fine.
Well, this is. I thought we got over this when she had her own game, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's all love and hearts and stuff." You know, it's all. What's that called? Heartcore? Is that what it's called?
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that a thing?
I don't know, but it should be. That is Peach's shtick. She's hardcore.
Hardcore. Yeah, she's just what she does, right? Her final smashes peaches and kisses and
hearts. Yeah.
La 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 la. That's her brand.
Yeah.
Hardcore. Lovecore. Maybe it's Lovecore. I was thinking of. Yes, Lovecore. Yeah, Lovecore fashion is a mix of lingerie, angel wings, satin dresses, and just general formal datewear. This doesn't sound right.
Right. Okay.
Lovecore is the pink and red internet aesthetic that's all about romance. It's about feeling the love from the pieces you wear, whether it's a fashion trend on TikTok or a certain style take over Instagram. Internet aesthetics always change on. Yeah, that's Peach. She's just Lovecore. But apparently that's not woke enough. Because all her shtick is about love and kissing.
Oh my god! Just
In a
like
football
is
game.
Birdo in it?
In a football game. Is Birdo in it? I think they are. Super Mario Strikers. Unclear. What's it called? Super Mario Strikers Charge or something? Yes, it is. No, it's not. Unclear.
Cool. Well, I mean, if Birdo's in it, that's a lot of woke boxes ticked. But yeah. Nah, look, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it doesn't box her in something else. It's just what she does.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe
it's clearly her aesthetic, because then when it actually came to a wedding, you know, one that she was nearly forced into, and then one that, you know, perhaps everyone thought was a natural fit. She's like, nah, this is just my aesthetic. God, don't judge me from my, you know, what I wear. Doesn't mean I'm just going to run off and get married and fall in love with anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. This is stupid.
Yeah. You know, and Daisy, who's essentially a clone character, she doesn't have any of that.
No. Look, I think we should just move past this. So,
I can tell that's really pissed you off, hasn't it?
No, it's not pissed me off. It's just like I'm more annoyed that like people have made it a thing. It's just like
exactly that's what I'm talking about. That's
yeah.
I can hear it festering in your brain.
Ugh.
Maybe she needs a rebrand.
No, like
maybe I think
there's
it'd be
nothing wrong. Like she can still be a strong, reasonable female role model and be into lovecore and hearts and that sort of shit. It doesn't necessarily need to be about being a girly girl. Like, guys can still like her for being Peach.
Yeah.
Girls can still like her for being Peach. She
Yeah.
has an identity. Let it be. Like,
that's the thing.
yeah, I mean, like, if her thing was, I don't know, making racist jokes,
Yeah.
then yes, absolutely. Can her.
Every time you score a goal, Just comes out with some horrible shit. Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Peach. Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Then you cancel her, but like Chancellor straight up Chancellor, or make it optional. Like give people Peach Love Core option.
Like the new like the Bayonetta 3 filter, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
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 Peach with no hearts, or Mortal Kombat with green blood.
Yes. Yeah. Asexual Peach.
No, I don't want an asexual Peach. I want
Yeah.
Peach to be who she is.
No.
And she's
Asexual
allowed
Peach.
to identify as a princess.
Instead of hearts, it's just thumbs up emojis.
Yeah.
And shrug emojis.
Yeah. ... She doesn't say anything either.
Just ellipses. This is not a good depiction of asexual people.
No, it's not. I'm not even talking about making her asexual either.
Just make her emo. Just make her just
make her Squall from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Go into the game file, select all her win quotes, delete, go to Final Fantasy 8 and just copy and paste all of Squall's dialogue in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop talking about Mario. Yeah, basically all I wanted to say, there's a level, which is a moon, which is a crescent moon with a face, and it has evil stars on it. And I think that's quite unique for the Mario universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Just a quick tangent, because we need loads of them.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 8.
Yeah.
Did they go to the moon, or did they just hang about in space?
They just hang about in space.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's what I thought, because I was going, Final Fantasy 8. Desperately trying to come up with a game that I've played. And then I thought, no, they don't go to space. They just go to the moon. They don't go to the moon. They just go to...
Yeah, they just go to space, yeah.
There's...
I feel like there's moon monsters, or is it Muggles? Not Muggles, Moombas that come from the moon, or something like that. The little lion things.
No, it is. It's Esther's lunar base.
There we go.
Yeah, she's up there. They're actually on the moon.
Yeah, cool. Right. Well, there we go. There's another one done, and we didn't even need to think about it.
Boom.
All that research, I'm glad we did it in advance.
Boom. We got, these fucking Kotaku articles didn't mention it.
Didn't they?
No.
God.
Final Fantasy 6, not Final Fantasy 8. Great.
Okay. Oh, back over to you. Give me a moon game. Moon game.
My next game is a game, but it's also a genre. And we've talked about it a lot in the past.
This might be my one.
It's Lunar Lander.
Oh, right. No, it's not. What is Lunar Lander? Is that the one, the old sort of BBC micro game where you actually have to land the thing on the thing?
Yes, it's the originator of the
Gravity games
game where you have to land your thing. You've got limited fuel. You can only tweak your ship lefty righty, and it's really finicky to get
thrust. Yeah.
And there are hundreds of them. There are co-op ones. My favourite one is probably Astrolander, which is one of those unlockable mini games in Time Splitters 2. And
there was Gravity Force 2, which we talked about a little while ago, or Gravity Power.
Yeah, and I remember from all the demo discs you get on the front of like Amiga Power, there was almost always a Centipede clone, a Lunar Lander clone. What's the one where you have to bounce the ball up to get rid of the blocks? Breakout?
Yeah.
There'd be a Breakout clone. But it's a really fun. When
I was talking about Gravity Force 2,
yeah,
Amiga Power actually brought out an enhanced version of it called Gravity Power. But they worked with the Gravity Force 2 guys to make it.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool.
I always find them, well, in particular Astrolander, which is weird. So in Time Splitters 2, there were 3 levels. So you had to do the levels on specific hard difficulties. So there's one game that I never got. And you pick up this thing, and then we had a PDA, which is sort of like a fake GoldenEye PDA, you know, when you look at your watch. And you can play these games. And so I think Astrolander's on the first level on Siberia. So yeah, often would just belt through the level, get to Astrolander, pull up your watch, and then just spend hours playing Astrolander. And I found it quite chill because it was... Time Splitters 2 had this amazing thing where I didn't appreciate it until recently when I downloaded the soundtrack and was listening to it on repeat. And so many of the songs are the Time Splitters 2 theme tune. But they're so... I don't know, tweaked in the different genres that you don't notice it. So the kind of bass one, if you like, it's not really a theme tune. It's the Siberia theme, which is, you know, this kind of da 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 da. And then Astrolander has a really chill version of that. Really, really slowed down. So whenever I think of Astrolander games, I feel it puts me in this place of not stress, because those games can be quite stressful and like brutal when you don't get it right, and it's just instantly like crash. And then the Notre Dame theme, which is a great theme, and it brings in bits from classical music in the start. That's also that same theme. Yeah, it's fucking Graham Norgate. What a hero.
Well, and add a little nod to Graham Norgate.
Yeah,
Okay.
so good. I really want to play Time Splitters 2 again. Is there a way? You have a way, don't you?
Well, it's been re-released.
Has it been re-released, or has it been...
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it the other day there. Or you can play it on... or maybe I've... No, definitely. Re-released. Has to have been.
Time Splitters 2 4K remake was
Yeah.
hidden in a random game all along.
Yes, so it was... Yeah, you can play it in...
Homefront the Revolution.
Yeah, but you can also play it straight up. God, what was it? It was Time Splitters and Time Splitters Future Perfect. You can play them both together. Is it just Xbox? Like, you can just buy it and play it?
Oh, is it on Xbox? Fuck.
Yeah, you can just buy it and play it on Xbox.
I'm buying an Xbox to play Time Splitters 2.
But it's really weird since it was on the PlayStation to start off with. Or, no, it was on everything, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, the second one was on everything. I think it was even on the GameCube. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Maybe we get the GameCube version.
I got the GameCube version of Future Perfect. Yeah. But yeah, no, sorry, it's only Xbox. But unless you play it in Homefront or whatever it is. It's such a weird way to play it.
I don't, how accessible is it? The code, it's probably not accessible.
I think you need to get to a bit and then you type in a code.
Oh, it says, so according to PC Gamer, okay, a decent website. Full 4K remaster of Time Splitters 2 was hidden inside Homefront the Revolution, but the code to access it was lost in a Discord squabble.
Okay.
So if maybe this is the modern equivalent of if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a noise? If you've hidden the entirety of Time Splitters 2 in a game that no one can access, did you actually do that?
Well, I think people can access it, can they not? I'm guessing PC people can, at the very least. No? Or can they?
Oh. Time Splitters Rewind.
What is Time Splitters Rewind? Is it a mobile game with microtransactions?
It's a gacha game. They're re-releasing Time Splitters Rewind. All 3 games? Oh, that'd be great. Time Splitters Rewind.
Oh, okay. Maybe this is what I saw.
Have they been shut down yet? 7-year development. Okay. Well,
no.
good luck to the team. Whoever comes out.
It's like that guy that's doing the Simpsons hit and run re-thingy.
Yeah. Been in development since 2013.
Yeah, okay. Never mind.
Unfortunately, I think I mentioned this before on the podcast. Because Time Splitters and Time Splitters 2 were fairly early PlayStation 2 games, those discs are not playable on PlayStation 2s anymore.
Oh. That's pish.
Yeah, like the blue discs are bad.
Well, I don't. Did I ever own it? I think I just played your versions or Jason's version of it.
Yeah, apparently it's just on the GameCube.
Oh. Yeah. Well, at least I've got Future Perfect. The one that nobody liked.
Oh, no. Wait. Is there a level on the moon in Time Splitters?
There has to be. There has to be.
There's one in a spaceport, which is
Yeah.
in the first game, which is brilliant. No, I don't think there is. Good. Great. Fine. Enough Time Splitters talk.
Yes. Although, is there ever enough Time Splitters talk?
No, there isn't. There's never enough. Do you have one last game with their moon?
Well, it's a nod to a genre in a similar way to Astrolander.
Yeah.
It is space games. And
Space
yeah, space games. Specifically, I was thinking of like Frontier Elite, where it's always nice, where you're doing these kind of, space, I don't know, trading missions and things like that. And then you can go off into the galaxy and you can just find, like, Sol and Earth and the moon. And you can do such things as land on them and stuff like that. I think Spore did it as well, because they had that whole galaxy thing.
Yes, they did. What, did they actually hide? I can't remember how it worked in Spore.
The game was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, I'm sure Spore's free now, is it not? Oh, I bet it's not. It was well right, wasn't it?
I saw somebody making Pokemon in it the other day, so it's still a community.
Yeah. You create your weird looking aliens. You take them through civilization. You get them into space. And then you start trading. You start getting territories and wars with other things, and then you've got the big galaxy to take over. And I think that's where it ends.
Yeah, but I didn't know if it was. I don't think it was a persistent galaxy. It was your friend's creations might populate some of the other planets. So I don't know if it was the same galaxy every time, or a procedurally generated galaxy. I don't know if it was infinite either. Couldn't have been. I don't know. Maybe it was.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it was there. And it's always Sol or Terra or whatever they want to sort of use in that sort of fashion.
Yeah.
Mass Effect do it as well. I think
you
can go and find Earth and hang about and land on the moon. That sort of stuff is quite cool, especially when you're so deep into like this brand new lore, space lore.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily connect with Earth in any way. I suppose it's like the episode of Star Trek where they go back to 20th century Earth.
The voyage home. But yeah, which time?
Did
you ever watch Battlestar Galactica?
Yes.
I
watched that whole thing in entirety.
Okay, yeah. very disappointing ending.
Well, it wasn't just a disappointing ending. The whole thing was disappointing.
You reckon?
Yeah, like the intrigue of the Cylons and who they were.
Yeah.
The fact that the Cylons were just basically biological robots, and you're just kind of like, wait a minute, who is the bad guy? Why are the Cylons bad guys? And this sort of fluffy whatever. I
think I started to lose interest, as always with these kind of premises.
Yeah.
When you could be a Cylon, but you weren't really a copy of anybody else, and you didn't necessarily know that you were, but
yes.
not in a way that the original ones didn't know that they were. And it's like, well, then
or you've been a Cylon all this time and you never knew.
Yeah, it's like, well, you're just a fucking person then, aren't you?
Yes. And what makes you a Cylon? Nothing.
Nothing.
You're just a biological. Yeah, that sort of stuff bothered me. I remember I watched that, and I was so disappointed with that as a series. I binge watched it.
Yeah.
I think I was unemployed and I binge watched it. And then I moved on to Fringe. Did you ever see Fringe?
No, I never saw Fringe.
Oh my god, Fringe was excellent. And that was like the sort of sci-fi shit, and I can't believe it doesn't still exist, but compared to Battlestar Galactica, I was like, oh, brilliant, this is fantastic. It's like sci-fi meets Buffy. That's how I would explain Fringe. Oh, and it has Spock in it as well.
There's like 5 seasons of it.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Never heard of this program in my life.
Well, I mean, I don't know how well it's dated, and it's a recommendation from me, so I'm sure you won't like it. But yeah, I was like,
if you Google Fringe series and look at the images, it's so redolent of that particular era of TV.
Yeah,
so like sure the image is blue, right? Blue and orange, when everything was blue and orange, and then one of the posters is like it, but in shredded paper. One of them, it just looks like every program. Okay,
but it's him from Dawson's Creek.
That man, Perry.
Is
that his character's name?
Perry? I think so. Yeah, and then you've got the old guy who's awesome, and basically there's a whole weird thing where they jump into parallel universe. And weird monsters and shit and things happen. That's all you need to know about this. It's like it's Buffy meets a sci-fi program.
Okay.
And that's it. And I was just like, I love this shit. I'm down. And then there's actually interesting plot developments where certain people are from different universes and they didn't know all along. Does that mean they were? No. But yeah, that sort of stuff is quite it's very cool.
5 seasons? 5 seasons. Wow, look at that.
But I mean, it is definitely, was it late 2000s or something like that?
Yeah, 2008 to 2013.
Yeah. So it's post Writer's Crisis, at least. But yeah, like it's episodic, which you don't really get nowadays as well. Everything has to have an ongoing plot and basically be a 9-hour movie.
Yeah.
Instead.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So that was my nod to space games that somehow ended up talking about Fringe.
Good.
Okay. Do you have any last nods?
No, I just wanted to say Moonwalker because it was in my head, but that's literally it.
Are we going to acknowledge Majora's Mask?
No. I do like, even though I don't like Legend of Zelda games. So my experience of these things is via Smash Brothers and the information you used to get with Smash Brothers trophies. But that moon is amazing. It's so creepy. It's really creepy.
Yeah, it's the black eyes and then
yeah, and the nose. And the fact that that's just barren, like way creepier than then the various games which have a meteor that's coming down. So fucking. Why is it like that? Why is it so creepy? The teeth as well.
Why has it got to be so creepy?
Why you like that? Why is it like that?
I don't know. I've not played it.
Have you not?
No.
Have we discussed this every time we've mentioned Zelda?
Yes, every single time I mention it. Well, the lie is, I actually have played it.
Yeah.
I got really, really stressed out by it.
The
Because
moon.
the roguelike thing.
Yeah.
Did nothing and then died. I thought,
The
I don't
moon.
want to play this game anymore.
The moon crashed in.
Yeah, because there's just too much to do. And it's like, alright, okay. That's the roguelike aspect, of course. But, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just far too much. You know?
I have to get, for those kinds of games, I have to get in the mood for them, and I have to play them extensive. So
yeah, and you need to
one
have
of the
a
complaints-
notepad and stuff like that.
yeah, one of the complaints about the original Dead Rising was that you couldn't do everything. Well, you probably could if you were amazing. You couldn't do everything because the clock's running down. There's too many survivors, and you've got the stories to do. And Dead
Exactly
Rising
that.
2.
Yeah.
But if you play the game knowing that, and you can, kind of do quite well, but you can't do it all really, really good. But you have to really be in the guts of that game to know and remember. And so, yeah, Majora's Mask gives me. Yeah, I hear you on that. It's just too stressful, particularly when you're trying to work things out. Again, originally, right? You're just doing nothing, end, nothing,
Yeah.
end. It reminds me of a Farley favourite, Sentient as well.
Yeah.
Where
And
you crash into the sun unless you do X, Y, Z, and so your first 12 playthroughs are like, how do I stop it from fucking crashing into the sun? Okay, I've bought myself 5 more minutes. Oh, this character's here. Fuck, we've crashed into the sun. What am I supposed to be fucking doing?
Yeah, and I think as soon as I realised Lightning Returns had that mechanic in it, I stopped playing it.
Oh, doesn't that have a moon in it?
Sure. Oh,
Okay.
in fact, yeah, no, the whole of what's it called? Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2 is about the spirits of the moon stealing the souls of immortals.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
So many moons, so much resonance.
Yeah. Resonance of Fate? Does
Resonance
that have
Resonance of
Moon.
Moon? Well, that's another mobile game.
Resonance of Moon, I think.
Resonance of Moon, yeah.
Yeah.
Misleading adverts. Say no more.
Yeah. I think we've covered Moon.
That's it. This has been your authoritative podcast on the best moons in video games.
Was it the best? Was it
Yeah,
the best?
it's
Acknowledging
definitive.
moons in games.
Some
Best
moons,
list of acknowledging moons in games.
some moons in games. About a third of which we remembered whilst recording it,
Yeah.
despite having 3 weeks to research this topic.
Well, that's it. That guy's a maniac.
Why'd he bite me?